So how can businesses protect themselves from people who are trying to copy their business model?
Can you go to the court and sue them?
It's not unless you have a
Trademark registered.
Yeah.
Have you got your trademark registered?
Not yet.
You know the answer. This is the problem with most of the startups. We know most of the things, but we don't want to execute it. Okay, so first of all is that you must make sure that your IPR, all the intellectual properties which are involved in your business, whether it be your trademark related issues, whether it be your copyright issues, it all has to be cleared. For example, you create podcasts for different clients. Now, who all can publish those podcasts? What if there's a third party who wants to bring a suit against a person for breaching some of the rights, maybe for defamation? Can they bring a case against you or the client? Depends upon who owns the rights on that video or the reel. So everything has to be cleared out in terms of these properties.
Got it.
Which properties? Intellectual properties. You can't see them, okay? And who owns those properties? There are different type of copycats in the market. I see them generally as either opportunists or they are your villains, okay? If it's an opportunist, they don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of your business. They'll just see it overall and they try to copy the idea and try to incorporate. That shouldn't be a problem because, it's a kind of a competitor in the market who pushes you to do better.
Right.
Second is the villains. They come into the system, they take all your trade secrets and then they try to replicate the model. Yeah. And even if, they're just doing it, it's fine. The moment it starts hampering your business, your productivity, you lose out on your clients, that is where the problem is. Now, there is no law on the planet which stops somebody from being a copycat. Now, what as startups or established businesses we can do? First step that you can do, again, I'll come back to the same point, trademark. Now, this competitor, if they come up with a name called PNB, FNB, anything, imagine if you were not that established and people did not know about it. And if it's TNB and then PNB, people could have, gotten confused.
Yeah.
And this would have impacted your business then. So first is trademark registration. It's a must. I also go to the extent and tell my clients that don't just get a trademark in terms of the name. Try to make a composite trademark. What is composite trademark? It has to have a name, a particular color combination, a pattern, so that people recognize to it. Think about Apple, think about Sony. There's only one color, right? So you just recognize it. If it's any other color, it's fake or it's a copied version. So don't just go with the name. Try to have some pattern, some logo, some color combination.
Which is unique to you.
Unique. So that the users can actually distinguish your products or services from the other person. This is one protection that you can do.
Okay.
Second is about the trade secrets. Like you mentioned in your particular case, your ex-employee did not only steal or took without your permission your contract templates, other information. In that case, what you can do is you can always have a non-disclosure agreement made well in advance. It's not only for your employees, but also in case you have some partners on board. First of all, you have to identify what your trade secrets are. It could be any formula you use to make your podcast. It could be your working method, any confidential information. Mention that all, get it signed beforehand from the employee, from your partners, so that in future, when they leave you with or without notice, you can always go to the court stating that this is what they promised and this is the document.
I think it's a very valid point. In fact, we've started implementing that right now.
Apart from that, also, especially in the UAE, what you can do is make sure when you're hiring somebody, you're doing it by all legal means. Give them a proper visa so that you have enough proof in case something leaks out, you can actually sue them. You should have enough documents. You have to play safe. Then let somebody be the copycat and we can proceed accordingly.
But when you're working with freelancers and stuff like that, how can you protect yourself in that case?
So no matter the person is going to work for full-time, part-time or freelancer, there has to be a contract. You have to get an employment contract done. You have to get it signed. You get the NDA signed as well.
Okay.
So the process is same.
Got it.
When you start your business, it is always important to invest in a lawyer or with a law firm. Find a cheaper version, don't worry. Okay, you can contact me for that matter.
Yeah.
So that in the beginning of the business, you have templates for everything.
Right.
You're talking about one-day relationship with somebody as a freelancer. I talk about an hour because, a lot can happen in just 1 hour. You don't have to wait for the worst to happen and then protect yourself.
Right.
You should have contract for everything. No matter it is the slightest of the obligation. Or you're going to take n number of services. Even if it's a short-term relation, it's a long-term relation.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Everything has to be paperwork. Everything.
Perfect.